Yo, what's going on? It's Chris from HairLoss from Steroids and also GoodLookingLoser.com, where we've set up a hair loss forum that I imagine will be pretty popular at some point. But if you want to come over and get some questions answered, that would be the place to do it. I don't usually check out these YouTube comments that much. So if you want to know where to find me or answers to your questions, that would be a decent place to start. So anyway, sorry for the delay on this, but I wanted to give you a place where you can order RU58841 for research purposes. In one of the videos from about a week ago or so, I told you that I'm going to be using RU to see exactly how good this stuff is. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using for research purposes. This is my research subject right there, and we're going to be topically applying this right here. Alright, get that zoomed in a little bit maybe. There it is. This is a 5% RU research solution, okay, and the links for that will be below. You can also order the powder. Alright, it's just powder. RU is totally fine to use for research purposes. You shouldn't be consuming this stuff. That's not what it's for. It's topically applied anyway for research purposes. So, through the link that I list below, which is going to be Antigen Inc., they'll provide you a certificate of analysis. Alright? And this is actually by their supplier. So, you get that in the mail. And you know, the traditional stuff that you would get with research stuff anyway, okay, material safety sheet, and some other kind of stuff with it there. So when that hits customs, you know, you should be fine, you know, so long as you're using it for research purposes. There's no problems whatsoever. So the links below are to the two that I'm using for that. Now, you did notice, I'm trying to get some sort of order to this video. This is by no means the final video on RU I always forget this, 48851. By no means the last video. I'm going to tell you what I think of it as I come to, you know, really get into it and see what it can do for me. As of right now, I'm still using my, quote, stack that I recommend to people. That would be finasteride, right? Minoxidil with azelaic acid, okay, the azelaic acid cream, generic Kirkland minoxidil, or the remainder of the Lipogain, and also a ketoconazole shampoo, which is, I'm waiting on it now, the usual Lipogain Big 3. I decided to return that other one that I did a video of the other day. But one of the reasons I bring up minoxidil is that this stuff, RU48851, can mix with minoxidil if you don't, you know, get a pre-made solution. For you rookies out there, it won't be hard to mix it with them, and probably, you know, for your research and financial needs, probably the better option to go to get the powder, put 3 grams of it, okay, that will make a 5% solution, get 3 grams. You're going to be buying more than 3 grams, but per solution, you're going to want to put 3 grams in. It'll make a 5% RU solution right into 60 milliliters of minoxidil. Now, these come, the 1 month supply, 2 fluid ounces will be 60 milliliters. So, basic math right there. You know, for whatever reason, like I peaked in math about 5th grade. So it's not always easy for me to like do these conversions or like know how to even do them. But you're going to add 3 grams to 60 milliliters minoxidil to make a 5% RU solution. Now the 5% RU solution is generally what is recommended, okay, as far as research purposes for the treatment of male pattern baldness. You could also go 3%, or you could go 8%. Now from what I've read, what I've heard, and what I've been told, okay, that if you're very sensitive to male pattern baldness, maybe you would want to try an 8-1, but try 5 to start. But, you know, if you are combining it with other, if your research subject is taking other androgens, and you want to see really how effective this stuff would be, maybe against, obviously, testosterone, perhaps dianabol, you know, a lot of DHT that isn't the type of DHT that finasteride will handle, you know, this should do the job. Now, I'm going to tell you more and more about this. We're going to have our pharmacist write up stuff about RU and everything like that. But it is a topical, like I said, you apply it to the research. We're applying it right here on the seal, all right? He has the typical, right there. See a little wishbone right there? Very typical seal pattern baldness, okay? So I'll be applying it right there, and that's the area I'll be judging on. So you're going to apply it to the areas that are thinning. And like I said, it's a topical anti-androgen, all right? Also, by the way, before I forget, it is not a bad idea, and Anagen sells these too. If you click on the links below to get over to their website, they sell these micro rollers. Now, you remember I recommended this, right? And I still do. Why not, pretty much? You're going to want to, I mean, you know what's coming. You're going to want to roll the area that you'll be applying to. You know, just get some microderm abrasions in there to increase the absorption, and put it on there afterwards, okay? So that would be the first thing you do. If you got out of the shower, you'd want to basically use the roller if you have one, and then the first thing to do would be use the RU, okay, on the research subject. Using the RU, very first thing, all right, after you roll it down, and then you apply the minoxidil after. Now, if you're combining the minoxidil with the RU into one solution, well, you would use that all at once, okay? I think that as good as azelaic acid is, if I was doing this with, if I wanted to combine the two into one minoxidil formula, I wouldn't worry about the azelaic acid. Like I said, RU is supposed to be the real fucking deal for hair loss, and I'll tell you really quick how it works. It's actually similar to something that doesn't work so good, at least in my case, the spirolactone lotion, right? That is an anti-androgen, okay? The topical anti-androgen. However, unlike, say, finasteride, it doesn't systematically lower your DHT, okay? It's not necessarily killing your DHT. What it's actually doing is occupying, all right, just visualize this. This is very much layman's, but occupying the receptor, okay? So DHT tries to come into it, not letting it happen, okay? It's not killing DHT, it's just protecting the receptor, okay? Probably should have said that first. That's basically how it works, okay? Whereas, say, something like finasteride kills DHT, something like azelaic acid kills DHT, something like ketoconazole shampoo kills DHT. Those are all things that kill DHT. Spirolactone, however, and we're talking about when it's topically applied, is supposed to protect the receptor. Doesn't necessarily kill the DHT, but it's supposed to protect the receptor. I never had much luck with it. Hopefully this will be better. You know, I'll be sharing my results with you on that. But that's how it works. It's a little different than the other ones like that. But the comparison, at least in the research that I've read of, say, spirolactone, which is very much still kind of an experimental treatment for that kind of stuff, compared to RU, is night and day. RU for 8851 has a very, very, very high affinity for your scalp receptors, okay, for scalp hair receptors that are vulnerable to 5-AA DHT attacking them, all right? Not trying to get too many of the scientific terms in there, especially till I know exactly how this is happening, but protects the receptor from DHT. That's what you got to know. It's not going to kill DHT. So in that case, in theory, and this is why I like Spiro, how it sounds on paper so much, you're not really fucking with your hormone levels. You're just keeping the DHT off your hair, right? And that's what's supposed to be happening. So if you're just starting your research, I would go with the pre-made solution, okay? Just so you know, it's all mixed up. It's all for there for you. A 5% research solution, once a day, suck up. And this little the Lipogain dropper is perfect for it. Suck up like 1 milliliter in it, all right? And put it all over your head. Put it on the areas that you need to. The better suggestion there would actually be to do half a milliliter in front, half milliliter on top. this dries very, very fast. It actually reminds me a lot of Lipogain. Okay, it's not like the nasty Kirkland or generic minoxidil that's all oily. A lot of times I've used this on my hair and just gone out. Like it's been totally fine. Now, granted, I've used this for 2 days, so I don't have a hell of a lot more to say for it. But guys wanted to know which one I'm using, where they can start their research. The links are below to that. And yeah, we're all hoping for good things. These guys have supplied other researchers over at Bald Truth for a while. Okay, just recently they got a website, so that's where it's coming from. Basically, if you were to look up reports on RUs at Bald Truth, that's their RU. Okay, from my understanding. Okay, that's what I've been told, and definitely, I've been talking to the representative over there, Simon, about this kind of stuff. He's teaching me a lot about it. He's used it for years. And the reason I haven't picked up RU until really right now is my suggestions have worked pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And when I say pretty well, we're just talking like a slowdown. Okay? We're talking prevention. Finasteride, minoxidil, ketoconazole shampoo, azelaic acid, prevention. All right? I think it slowed at least my rate of hair loss down probably by like 90% compared to where it was, say back in the mid 2000s and stuff like that. But this alone, just given, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, maybe not, this should work even better than that. Okay, should work even better than that. Ideally, this is what I want to get. What I want to get to. Just using this for research and using minoxidil, okay, and the ketoconazole shampoo. We're going to try to pitch finasteride out of this equation entirely. I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to see if the rate of hair loss, and I judge largely on the shower, is going to slow down, and really just how full my hair looks in 2 months. I kind of know how stuff works when something's like off, where it could be haven't used minoxidil for a week, or however high my HRT is, DHT levels from hormone replacement therapy. If they're a little too high, like I notice the hair loss right away. It's largely in the shower, but after kind of learning about this stuff, experiencing it for like a decade, more than a decade at this point, I kind of know my hair like pretty well. So, I'm counting on this to be, really the real deal out there, and that's what my report's going to cover. We're going to have a whole write-up about it too, but if you want to know which one I'm using, the links are below. By all means, keep your own log, tell us how it goes. The formulas themselves are made like pretty well. Again, these are research formulas. These are not commercial formulas that you're going to see in a nice little bottle and stuff like that. So, for research purposes, I think they'll be quite good. I'll kill this video now. Been about 13 minutes. You want to have any questions and want my opinion or whatever, go over to Good Looking Loser. Their hair loss forum in there. Other guys can definitely help you there too. But hey, we're counting on that to do good things. Certainly, the research suggests that. So I hope my research goes the same way, and the SEAL will be pretty happy too, because he ain't getting any younger, and neither am I. So talk to you later.